Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for the final game of the day. Oceania Sevens Day 2. We've got a big final game just around the corner tomorrow. But for now, we get to find out who will be taking part in that final up against the Flying Fijians. But Australia, they have looked pretty decent throughout this competition. They were relatively close in their game up against the Fijians, which is exactly what you can say when looking at New Zealand and what they were able to do in their game against Fiji. This one could be very close. The Trans-Tasman rivals, of course, a lot of experience out there for New Zealand, whether that's Tim Mickelson, Dixon's there, Dylan Collier. They've got some young players, Peyton Spencer, one to look out for. And then, of course, the Australians, they have got an abundance of talented individuals. Dietrich Roach, always a speedster to watch out for. Looks like Naroi McGarvey-Black will be starting this match alongside Akulia Rokalisoa. Regan Weir, I'm just pretty much freeballing it by looking at the players. Haven't seen the lineups. Anytime they show the lineups, they give us ads in New Zealand, sadly. So we don't actually know who's out there on the field. But we will try and use our Sevens knowledge to help us out. It's nicely taken by Nick Maloof for the Australians just outside of their own 22. Dietrich Roach fires it back across to Dunbar. Now out to Turner on the wing. That is, of course, going to be James Turner rather than Josh. It's a penalty to New Zealand early on. And now Mickelson takes the quick tap, gets it off to Akulia Rokalisoa Narohi McGarvey-Black. Goes off to Regan Weir. To McGarvey-Black. New Zealand not really going anywhere as of yet, although Mickelson now creating to chance. Does hit the back of the Australian player, so it is play on, no knock on. McGarvey-Black goes across to Regan Weir, still on the halfway line. Looks like it's going to be a bit of pace being shown by Sione Molia. And it says Brandon, New Zealand semi-final was confirmed versus India. As New Zealand at 78 for none, no chance. Pakistan says Coding, nice run forward out on the wing here. Cody Vai just manages, that's tell you what, that's an impressive offload. I almost didn't even react to that. My brain's in a go slow mode, but that was an absolutely fantastic offload there from Cody Vai. Fair play. So New Zealand in the semis, says Chronic. And this, yeah, it does seem like it is going to be New Zealand versus India and also South Africa versus Australia. They seem to be the two games that are confirmed for the seven, but what we will do is we will put the points on the board for New Zealand. I believe it was Akulia Rokalisoa in the end who was actually able to score that try and not the start of the match that the Australians would have been after. We've already seen the women's side do very well today. The men want to follow up with another good performance. And they actually started very well up against Fiji, getting themselves the early 10-0 lead, I believe it was. And then Fiji fighting back. In the end, just having those too many points on the board. How many people was this in during Rugby World Cup? Says Brandon. How many people was this in during Rugby World Cup? Are you saying who's on the live stream now that we're here for the World Cup? Maybe. Dietrich Roach. On across now to this left-hand side, still deep inside of their own area. Cody Vai actually turning away from the kick, and it's worked out in his favour. It's hit him on the back and stayed in the field of play. Back with the Australians. How many games has Australia won so far? They have won the same number as New Zealand, which in this case is 2. So whoever ends up winning this game will make their way through. What's wrong with your scoreboard, Amish? Says Peter Stowers. Nothing at all. We are doing the scoreboard down here, though, mainly because the Oceania Sevens flash score do not cover unless the game is over. So that is why we've got the timing of the game and everything along those lines, but the scoreboard we have got down the bottom that we are updating for ourselves. Now, Turner joins the breakdown. Dowling has to go off to the left-hand side. Good attack and run from Dietrich Roach. Almost through, but he's tackled by Sione Molia. New Zealand having to roll out of that breakdown. Another attack and run from Burr. Finds the offload to Nathan Lawson. 5 metres out for the line, but New Zealand over the ball. They give away the penalty. Hamish is bald now. Says Gareth. Not quite, no. It's just I had my hat on all throughout the day. And then as soon as I decided to take it off for that last live stream, I realised that the hat here was very evident, so I had to put it back on. Turner gets over. Ooh. Has he got that one? Why you cut your long hair? It was so awesome, says Coding. It is because it was very tangly, unfortunately. Like, long hair sucks. Like, I don't judge people who have got it. Just for me, it was tangled all the time. It was really annoying, so that is why I went back to short. Plus, you can always wear a cap, you know? And when is Sevens HSBC? December, yep. So first weekend of December, 2nd and the 3rd is going to be the Dubai Sevens. Stock cap, I know their move at. Says Brandon. And also we've got their Hamish's ball now. From Gareth. There as well. Not quite. 2 years' time? Probably. Now off to Dietrich Roach. Has got James Turner with him. The speed stay out on the wing, but he's tackled by a Kuria Rokalisoa, who's been able to stop him. And the penalty once again. In fact, it was Regan Ware. Oh, he was trying to get out of the breakdown. He may have been held in, but Dietrich Roach with a quick tap and go. It is going to be the try. Will you be live then? We will indeed. We are being live for all of the Sevens circuit, including the Olympics as well. So there is plenty of Sevens coming up on the Kiwi Lads channel. I'll be honest, a lot of people probably didn't expect us to cover the Oceania Sevens, seeing as it's been really limited in terms of the advertising that has been shown in terms of this competition taking place. I believe you can only watch it if you're in Australia or New Zealand. Or maybe Fiji have got the coverage as well, but yeah, outside of those regions, there aren't really many ways of being able to watch it. Dietrich Roach not quite striking his drop kick the way he would have liked, out to the left-hand side, keeping the score at 7 points to 5. Can you show your head for once? Says Coding, which head we talking, Coding? Because I don't think I can show one of them on this platform. We have got there, show Coding your head, Hamish, says Gareth. You guys see it normally, like in my headphones or in my videos, there's no hat. Like you get to see my hair. Are you meaning like the back of my head rather than just the front? Dietrich Roach. I'll put in this ball high. 7 minutes in this first half. We've had 6 of them so far. Julio Rocaliso gets that. If you played lacrosse before, I haven't, but it's actually something that I feel like I don't think I'd be too bad at. To be honest, mainly because I've played a lot of racket sports. I've played a lot of ball sports over my time. So I feel like that would be one that I might be able to pick up relatively well. It's just there's no one who plays it here. We don't see that one. Says Gareth, that is very true, yes. Only for the OnlyFans. But now Mickelson passes on the outside to Cody Vi. Good low tackle on him by Dietrich Roach. But that is some classy work from the Kiwis. Mickelson got the offload to Regan Ware, but I believe he has done a knee. In this case, I think he got knee chopped, so they might have to check that one. It looked like an ugly landing for Tim Mickelson, and that might be his competition, if not his 2023 and 24 season over, depending on if he's going to be all right to continue here. But Cody Vi, the ball on the inside, yeah, unfortunately he did jump into that challenge, so that always makes it difficult. Still down and back play. The player was checking on him straight away, the Aussie. See if he was all right. Are we going to wait? You have an OnlyFans? Says, no, Mum, I do not know. No, I don't think I could do that. Australia winning is also for the OnlyFans. Says Chronic. That one has gone over. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it did go over in the end. So that will now make the score 14 points to 5. There we go. Good start to the match for New Zealand. They're showing it again, but Mickelson, unfortunately, like, that's not the tackler's fault. He did jump, which then means like the tackler had no option but to tackle him the way that he did. And Mickelson looked like his day is going to be done. I'm the Rohi McCarvey Black. Be kicking this one off for New Zealand. We're currently sitting at 7 minutes 40. Slapped back by Dylan Collier and claimed by Sam Dixon. Believe that is the first time we've seen him touch the ball throughout this contest. Akulia Rokalisoa now going off to the left-hand side. Regan Ware gets the pop pass up to Rohi McGarvey Black. Passes off to Ware. One more. They got 2. In fact, it was just Cody Vi waiting on the outside, but wasn't quite able to do so. What is inside of a ping pong ball? Says Gareth, that is a great question. We are at half-time. Fun fact, it's actually nothing. Although they're very flammable, which is all information you probably didn't want. But yeah, if you put a fire on a ping pong ball, it will actually kind of go whoosh, is the best way of describing it. That is why, for some reason, there's a science experiment that is cut up all the ping pong balls, put them in some tin foil, and then pew. Fun fact. 14 points to 5 at the moment between these two sides. New Zealand getting a good early start, but this Australian side with Turner, Dietrich Roach, they've all got potential of being able to get back into this contest. It is only one big try away from the Aussies being right back behind the Kiwis here. It was a good start to the half. We probably saw the most of maybe Regan Ware alongside Akulia Rokali Soa. Now Roy McGarvey Black really just playing as the playmaker for the way that New Zealand were creating their attack, and a few good moments from Cody Vai. Okay, we just heard Sione Molia drop the F-bomb, so the commentators more than likely, after they go back to them, will have to be like, we apologise for the bad language. Okay, I'm trying to listen to Sam Dixon, but he's not talking very loud, or the microphone might have taken a step back because they're worried that they're going to swear again. Of a dog and a camel, or if a dog and a camel had a baby, what will it be called? It's a great question. Does it look like its mother or its father? We have got there, Tiff has got hi, welcome in, hope you are doing extremely well. Oh, the commentators might not say apologies for the bad language. To be fair, this is in Australia, they've probably heard a lot worse. The Aussies, I'm sure, in their huddle, if we had a microphone as well, they would have been really getting, I guess, just motivated, I think is the best way to describe it. They need to have something big here in the second 7 minutes, because this is a spot in the final up against Fiji on the line. And you do not want to give up that opportunity to be able to play up against them at any stage. It's always an awesome contest. Nicely taken by Sam Dixon. Takes a risk by not allowing that ball to be retapped for the Kiwis, instead keeping that ball in the field of play. And now Dylan Collier trying to step through the low tackle of Dietrich Roach in the semi. Says Chris there, and also we have got there, do you think they need to revisit the tackling rule? Needs to be revised, says Chronic. I think that there are certain parts of the tackling that does need to be looked at. I believe if a player jumps into a tackle, it's their own fault. Because, there's a penalty when you tackle a player in the air. And I understand if he's jumped up for the ball if it's a kick. But if it's just a pass and it's too high and the guy's had to jump and then gets tackled, I don't see that as a penalty, just because I feel like it's kind of one of those ones that it's kind of the ball carrier's fault. If Peter says, stop asking stupid questions, how many stupid questions will I then ask, says Gareth? Well, probably till the end of the stream. Are there any other game? Says Tiff, not tonight in terms of the sevens. This will be the last match that does take place, but we are also going to have some exciting contests in the URC later on tonight. We are hoping to do the 4 a.m. game between the Stormers and Benetton. Actually, two sides that, they've started their URC seasons pretty well. Benetton actually, I believe, undefeated at this point. Beautiful offload. Nick Malouf will score it. In fact, it's Nathan Lawson who manages to get the try. So, tell Hamish, are you doing any URC matches? So the plan is to do that one between the Stormers and Benetton. That is taking place at 4 a.m. New Zealand time. So after this game, we'll probably end up setting it up, then getting ready to sleep for about 3 or 4 hours. And then, we'll probably end up, that might be our only sleep for the weekend. Nice offload from Dietrich Roach, luring in two defenders in Regan Ware and Dylan Collier. Space opened up for Lawson. They are back into this contest, and that is exactly what they needed for the start of the second 7 minutes. We will go like this, and we will go like that. That kick has missed for New Zealand, which now makes the score, for Australia, making the score 14 points to 10, and that has been the difference at the moment, the kicking. Australia missing 2 from 2, New Zealand getting their 2 over with 100% completion. It's hard to stop Nathan Lawson when he starts bulldozing. I know Akulia Rokali Soa had a little bit of a crack, but didn't quite get there in time. We have, I think that it's 6 p.m. in South Africa time, says Tiff. So either 6 or 5 p.m. I think it is for you guys in South Africa, but a relatively late night for you in terms of being able to watch the contest. Now Australia have actually got the knock-on advantage with 4 minutes remaining, slinging it off to this right-hand side. It's going to be Sargent. Dietrich Roach. Big run forward from Lawson, but he gives away the penalty. New Zealand versus India. Off the fence prediction, Hamish, says Gareth. New Zealand are going to have to play extremely well. Because at the moment, India are looking like an extremely hard side to beat. Definitely in home conditions. That's the thing. You're always going to feel like you've got that little bit more of an advantage. For New Zealand, it will feel like they've got that little bit longer or a bit more to climb. But, if they somehow do it, it would be What's the biggest upset of this Cricket World Cup we've had so far? I'm trying to think of what's been one that's made people go, whoa. I mean, New Zealand getting beaten by South Africa by so much is impressive, but I don't think I call that the upset because we know that South Africa bat well when they bat first. So I'd probably say it could end up being the upset of the competition if New Zealand can win. We have got there, how long is that game? Says Tiff. The URC is actually a normal rugby union length, so 40 minutes each half. South Africa losing to the Netherlands. True, that could be right up there. In fact, that probably is the biggest. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones that happened. England losing to a couple of the sides they lost to were a bit surprising for people. But then saying that, England did also lose to a lot of good sides throughout the competition. Kolia Rokali Soa now taking the quick tap for New Zealand. 2.5 minutes remaining now. Going off to this right-hand side. Trying to create the chance. Moses Leo. Nice run forward there. Dietrich Roach went for the turnover, but he does actually win the penalty. Netherlands beating South Africa. Yeah, that is the biggest upset, says Tiff. And good God, you should be a politician. Says Gareth and South Africa losing to the Netherlands. Says Chronic in there. And that's actually going to be a yellow card for New Zealand. So it's Moses Leo who has hung on to that ball at the back. He's a little bit unlucky because he did just have his hand on that ball, but you can understand why it's been given as a penalty. I'm not sure about the yellow card for Moses Leo there for hanging on to the ball on the ground. Probably one of the rarities that we've actually seen a yellow for such a thing. England winning a game was a big upset, says Gareth. Now on the halfway line for Australia. This is for a spot and a final up against the Fijians, and New Zealand will have to play with a man disadvantage for the last 2 minutes of this contest. Quick tap taken by the Australians. Going off to this right-hand side now. Kicked in behind. It was noticed early from Lawson. Pace being shown, but Collier shows the grit and determination and gets the ball back for New Zealand. Ngana Rohi, McGarvey Black thought about the pass, but doesn't end up doing so. This is Australia's chance, says Chronic. It is indeed, although they went for the kick in behind, which was a risky choice. Big leg drive from Dylan Collier. Gets up to the 22 metres out from the line. New Zealand may have to just look to close this out for the final minute, although in sevens it is so unpredictable and you cannot afford to rest on your morals of 4 points. Taken down Sione Molia. New Zealand now only 10 metres out from their line still. Sam Dixon tries the big fend. It's all about showing off that steam, and they've won the penalty here, New Zealand. Using that strength to their advantage, and it looks like they will now consider kicking this one for the touchline. Who won the Samoa and Cook Island game? Samoa won 53-0, I believe it was, or 51-0. One of those two. So they won comfortably, and they have made their way through to play Papua New Guinea now. Now, Narohi McGarvey Black. 20 seconds remaining. All he needs to do is boot this ball into touch, get the line out in successfully, and New Zealand will be making their way through to play Fiji. Sounds like there are a few subs being made by the Australians. They have still got their man advantage. Peyton Spencer thought he was about to make his way onto the field. It looks like, though, might just be Sione Molia. Damn, that team should play in the Rugby World Cup, says Tiff there as well. Now line out. Kolia Rokali Soa. New Zealand need this one to be successful. Rokali Soa, he can't take too long. If he takes any longer, they'll penalise him for it. And it is now thrown in. New Zealand claim it. Collier gets it back across. Rokali Soa now. Looks like they want one more attack here by the looks of it. Moving up to the halfway line. The siren should sound very soon. There it is. Do they kick that ball into touch? Cody Vai will do so. And New Zealand will win this contest 14 points to 10. And once again, a very close game between these two Trans-Tasman rivals. They'll book themselves a spot up against Fiji tomorrow, in which it will be a very entertaining game. My Stormers team will beat Benetton today, hopefully by 20 points. Says Morning Lagrange, and also Let's Go New Zealand, says Lightfoot in there as well. So yeah, we will be covering that game between the Stormers and Benetton on the channel, ladies and gents, starting at about 3:55 a.m. New Zealand time, 5 minutes before the kickoff, so be sure to give that a look as well. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We have got the Sevens tomorrow as well, so be sure to tune in for that. And I will see you all for the next one.